After tending to the looters at his house, while his nephews stayed unaware, absorbed in their video games, Tim and Lucy are headed to assist Nyla, Angela, Nolan, and Miles with Glasser when they find themselves encircled by the wildfire. More on why in a moment. They must use the fire shelter because the nearest ground rescue is 30 minutes away. He says he wants to tell her something while they are snuggled together after they manage to get under it in time. Since she doesn't want to cry right now and he believes they are about to die, she interrupts him before he can say anything sincere. She is aware that he will declare his continued love for her. And she's correct. "I still adore you, of course." "Do you?" he asks. She says, it doesn't matter, and he understands that to mean yes. After surviving, they give each other hugs. Both then confess that they believed they were going to die when they were recuperating in the hospital. "That kind of experience crystallizes your priorities," she says. He claims that his already were. She is considering taking the sergeant exam after deciding she needs to advance in her job. He offers to help her study and notes that he will no longer be her supervisor if she passes. Both then confess that they believed they were going to die when they were recuperating in the hospital. "That kind of experience crystallizes your priorities," she says. He claims that his already were. She is considering taking the sergeant exam after deciding she needs to advance in her job. He offers to help her study and notes that he will no longer be her supervisor if she passes. "We suspected that Seth would make a big mistake when Gray gave him the responsibility of running the phones to maintain continuous communication with the city, state, and federal agencies. He takes an update on the fire's changing direction, becomes sidetracked by Gray's praise of his handling of the deputy mayor, and then fails to notify anyone of the change, allowing Tim and Lucy to drive directly into its path. Seth tears the paper off the notepad and puts it in his pocket when he realizes that. To exacerbate the situation, he visits Tim and Lucy in the hospital near the end of the show and informs them that he yelled at them because the National Weather Service failed to provide them with an update. He believes that someone must be dismissed because of this. Yes. Tim promises to follow up to make sure they do, but Seth maintains that he took care of it and that it's not required. However, the way Tim and Lucy gaze at him and one another gives us the impression that they are aware of what transpired. And it appears that Seth's time as a police officer is coming to an end.